Hello, Christian and Jessica. This is the discussion portion of the Free Scholar test. Now, in front of me I have a couple pieces of paper. They're not cheating aids. They're the 4 questions that I need to respond to, and a piece of scratch paper that I have written down the numbers so I can write out the 12 Hauptstücke, the 12 main parts, along with the 5 hidden strokes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to film this whole portion for you because I need to use this aid to be able to do all 12 before we discuss them. And also to let you know that there's no hidden cheats or anything that I'm relying on other than my poor memory and needing a paper to write on. So just so it doesn't make you suffer too long, I'm going to use a little editing magic so you can speed through this much faster than me. Whoops. Wrong special effect, David. I'll try this again, and this time I'll go faster for you, okay? I seem to be missing one. Okay, there we go. I have it all. So, first you'd like me to talk about the transmission of the Italian through the transmission of the tradition through manuscripts. We're very blessed to study a system with over 60 known manuals in existence today. While I understand some of those manuals have not been translated into modern English, they are available to those people who can speak medieval or Renaissance German. We're blessed with the fact that Johannes Lichtnauer set down his system in a rhyming couplets known as Merkverse, or Merkverse in English. The early Lichtnauer masters used those writings and then explained them in the common German language what the hidden meaning was, which has allowed us to understand some of the phrasings, what specifically he was talking about with his rhyming poetry that hid his true system. We also have the glossa, the entire body of the Lichtnauer work, and along with the Zettel. So we're blessed with all of these later period, early and late period Lichtnauer masters and their writings, which has given us a very well-rounded system that we're helping bring back to life. Well, that's kind of a meandering way. I hope that's sufficient in explaining the use of the manuals through translation, illustration, and working through the system, how we've been able to recreate the Lichtnauer system using the manuals left to us by very industrious people that were very literate. Now, what are some of the key texts we use? What's in them? What weapons are covered, etc.? Question number 2. Well, von Danzig is a great example. I'm going to use common words instead of common names instead of some of the different numbers. I know we've also used the so-called Doe-Bringer manual, even though I know it's not a fight book, but it's a house book, and really it shouldn't be called Doe-Bringer at all. We've also utilized Codex Wallerstein, Ringgeck's work, a number of different manuals, and the weapons that are covered in there, of course, is always the longsword, which seems to be the primary learning tool, along with dagger, langmesser, arming sword and buckler, spear, and poleaxe, depending on which of the manuals you're referring to. Later period manuals, they substitute the dusak for the messer and use the dusak to teach arming sword messer in the later period works. Name the 5 blows and the 12 Hauptstücke that follow them. Okay, we have the Zornhau, the so-called angry man strike. That's when we strike into the opponent's sword to displace it and turn that strike into a thrust. The Schwarzhau, or the thwart stroke, that's the so-called helicopter blow, where we